Orange. I have not heard of that. I have a friend who's a dev. Well, he became my friend through, just going through. I don't know if you know the Yotoshi project, but I became, friends with the dev after we were so involved, our community, and we still are in their project. And he shared with me, the pricing sheets and I was kind of surprised to see like all the pricings and how some are much more cheaper than I thought, some are more expensive, and the
Hmm.
way the whole thing works. And I learned about market making and those packages and stuff like that. And there's a lot to it. You just list your project on an exchange without any market making packages or anybody to run that. Then it's up to the market. So a lot of people don't even know. There's so much that people don't know. You know what
Yeah,
I
well,
mean?
if you're not doing proper market making yourself, or have like a firm that does it hired, or the exchange doesn't have one hired for you, like Mexi, they don't do any market making. You either do it yourself or you hire a
Right,
firm,
right,
and they have requirements with their order spread. So like if the books become too split on the buy and sell, like you get like a warning, and you have like 24 hours to correct the books. Otherwise, your token gets suspended, and now you've wasted, six figures of money. But I'm looking at at least what Linda from Mexi sent me. There's multiple parts, and it's very confusing. It was very expensive, and it's just something that's out of our budget for a while. But specifically, it's a $10,000 listing fee. There's a Kickstarter fee of $30,000 plus $20,000 if liquidity requirements are met. If they are, then the 20,000 can be paid in tokens. And then in addition to that, the market making fund is 30,000 USDT plus $30,000 in your token. So I mean, for all of this, you're looking at almost $100,000, and then you still have to hire a market maker to like come in and run that for you on top of that.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and
Makes it
that's
might.
just you're hoping it actually gives a positive impact to your chart at the end of the day after spending all that. In my experience, listing on Mexi has spelled doom for
Yeah,
many projects,
of
especially if
course.
they open with the leverage market, and people just jump in
Oh
there with
yeah.
massive shorts and just completely screw up the books.
Yeah, no, 100%. Mexi doesn't, and also they're going KYC for USA, so they might not be. I don't know. I mean, lots of other people use Mexi, but I don't know. I guess here would be maybe a good time to open up because I did want people in the community to be able to talk to you, ask
Mhm.
questions. So the floor is open. I mean, I can go. You guys know me. I can go for days. So if anyone wants to hop in, I appreciate maybe some people asking any questions that you might have. Does anybody want to take the reins on that? I'm gonna go on mute for a minute, see what you guys. I'm gonna see if anybody would like to say anything. Please go
I
ahead.
wouldn't be too surprised if we're a little short on questions, between the fact that I've been hanging out in your community, answering like every single question that comes my way. But I definitely hope to hear some if they're there.
Yeah, yeah, please. I know there's somebody in here that might ask something. Go ahead if you want.
When you gonna add a door to it? When you gonna add a door to POS?
What am I adding? A DAO?
Door, for making music.
Oh, got you. Yeah. So that was something you and I had talked about in DMs, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Got you. So that's something I think we can get added. Once we have the different categories created, so like the entertainment and the trading and education, because we are getting to a point where mobile users are getting close to not being able to see all the apps on their screen. So that's our number one focus right now is those little UI tweaks so that we can continue expanding the desktop, and we're already hard at work and making great progress on that. But yeah, definitely interested in adding something like that to our entertainment tab for sure once we get that going. Shouldn't be too long.
Right, nice. Like I say though, whenever you do something like that, I can help you out with it. So yeah, hit me up whenever.
For sure. I definitely remember that, and you'll be the first person I message once we get it going. Because yeah, I'm definitely going to rely on your expertise for the choosing the right one that we want to add.
I don't know about expertise, but I can sure help you.
We'll
Manny's a
take
hell
it.
of a musician. I'm sure he's got technical skills as well. So,
Awesome. Like I said, we'll take anybody willing to lend skills and willing to help out and assist with the project for sure.
anybody else? Come on, let's get involved here. Anybody got any questions?
I can keep on talking, as you know, so I'm just going to shut up.
It's okay. Where do you guys see yourselves in 5 years? Is that too
Uh,
long of a time frame for crypto?
yeah, that's tough, man. I mean, shoot, that's a good question though. I could
How
say,
about where do you see yourself by the next bear market?
by the next bear market, we're gonna have this tool for Solana specifically, like completely nailed down. We're gonna have all of the best dApps on there. It's gonna be something that I'm using for the majority of my time spent in Web3, and we'll probably be starting to be looking at going with creating the multi-chain version of the utility hub by then, if not having already launched the first couple ones on different EVMs.
Very cool. All right, cool. Anybody else? I'm trying to think what else I could say or ask.
Well,
Um,
I could one thing I didn't cover is we do have like a business model built that's going to be
right.
creating revenue for the project. For example, some of the apps that we're partnering with have like small fees involved, like a trading bot, for example, or like a blockchain bridge, and that creates a revenue model where we basically negotiate a deal with those projects to get a chunk of the rev share from what they're generating from users from our platform. Beyond that,
Very cool.
I think I kind of lightly touched on like our token integration, and that we want to do like 4 or 5 different levels. And a couple different examples is we want to create like a pool of tokens that can pay out for like a game rewards. But I'm sure, as we've all seen, that there's a lot of like really shitty play to earn games that everybody hates and just aren't fun. So our focus is going to be on fun first, and just have some extra little rewards that come from it as an extra little bonus. Beyond that, we're in talks with a couple of our partners about having them purchase a certain amount of tokens and put them in a locker as their onboarding fee to our platform, rather than just charging them like a traditional, pay us 10 Sol or 50 Sol to get on our platform. We're discussing models where these projects essentially invest in the future of our platform through the token, and put it in a token locker for a certain amount of time, so that the tokens, they can't just buy them, get on our platform, and then dump them on the market. They're kind of ties the future of their investment to us and our platform. Beyond that, we have opportunities to do like tasteful advertising. I'm not sure if anybody's familiar with the Brave browser, but they've kind of done a really good job of like an advertising model that's not super intrusive, and people don't mind. Like I have all the ad blockers in the world. Like you couldn't get an ad through to me if you tried, but I allow the Brave ads to come through. It's my primary browser. Use it all the time. But long story short, we want to make it so that our token holders can receive a completely ad-free experience if they'd like to. And if they decide to actually see ads, then there may be a potential to receive like small bits of tokens, kind of similar to how Brave does it. So
Very
those are
cool.
just like three of some of the ways that we're looking at currently. We have a few other ways that we're looking at as well, but they're a little bit earlier in concept. But like I said, we want to have multiple levels of token integration into our platform and not just have it be some random token that doesn't make sense necessarily. So yeah, that along with our UI tweaks is our top priorities, as well as filtering onboarding requests for new projects that want to get added to our platform. And we've been spending a lot of time just kind of spreading the word and doing AMAs across different platforms. We've been on Binance Live, Telegram, now Discord with you guys. We're looking to get on X and Twitter next, and it's a little bit slower of a march to go this path for marketing rather than just outright shoving some money in an influencer's face. But we believe that we're bringing the right kind of eyes in onto our platform, and the right kind of people that are willing to see the vision of what we're building and realize that we can take this thing to a much greater level and a lot further than where we have it now.
Absolutely. There's a lot of potential for what you guys are doing. I can see so many different things down the road, and I think that the opportunities are endless. I think still undervalued, under $1 million market cap, not financial advice, but I think you guys are headed in the right direction. I'm glad to be in. The whole concept is really cool, and I think that you're on the right track. I don't see a world where this can't be something that a lot of people use. I mean, imagine you come in, you're kind of newer to Solana, like everyone could know, like, hey, like, go to this site. This is where everything is at. So all the tools you need are on this site. Like, just go there,
Yeah,
And
and that's kind of part of the idea is, not only do we want to create something that we want to use, but all of us are going to have a lot of people, approaching us in the next year or two in particular, going into this bull, that are going to be looking for, information on crypto, what they should buy, how to navigate it. And, if we can create a platform that you feel comfortable handing over to a new person saying, hey, if you spend time on here, not only does it have the tools you need to navigate the space, but there's also educational tools as well. So you could like dig in and start learning as well. I think you could go pretty far with that concept.
absolutely, absolutely. Well, I think we'll probably wrap it up. It's been about an hour and a half.
Cool.
Anybody else have any questions at all, or before we close the door on this one?
Oh, now I've got one.
Go ahead.
So, I know it's a bit of an ambiguous question, but for price prediction and comparison to another project, I don't really know what you compare this project to, really, because it's really unique. But I wanted to ask, what sort of price prediction do you see for the bull run next year at its peak? And also, what do you think to integration with the new Solana phone that will be coming out soon? Are you planning to integrate with that at all in any way?
Yeah, so
That's
in
a good
regards to a
question.
price prediction, I'm not going to put like an exact number, but I will say there's a lot of like memes out there that have market caps in the billions, and there's not a whole lot of substance around it. I think we have a little bit of the meme culture built in, but we have a whole lot extra on top of that to offer. So if some silly coins can shoot that high, I don't see why we couldn't, like, I don't know, get into that realm. I don't want to put crazy numbers in people's heads or nothing, but that's kind of like the realm I'm thinking. I truly think that once the word gets around and people like understand and realize what we're doing and that we're here to stay and this is only going to get better, it is like a concept that will go viral, I believe. One big influencer covers it and boom, that's really all it takes.
Yeah.
It's fresh content. It's a fresh idea. And I believe that this, it does have a lot of potential to be talked about and shown off, especially with the tweaks that we're very actively trying to make on it right now in particular. Your second question, remind me one more time what it was?
Solana phone.
Basic.
Yes, Solana phone. Yeah. So currently you can use our website on mobile, and it works just as well for, I would say, 90% of it as it does on desktop. Mainly on Android in particular. iPhone definitely, we're just going to require some more work to smooth out. This iPhone's just kind of a pain. But
what about
that being
integrating
said,
to the Solana phone?
Yeah, so we can actually create like an app-based version of this. If you could imagine, rather than like going on a phone and having to navigate to pengy.fun, there could be like the pengy.fun app. You open it and it gives you this same experience now on your phone. So if we, that's kind of the direction we would head first with like going with deeper phone integration. Creating an entire operating system, like a true operating system from scratch, is something that it's going to take some significant resources and development work to make happen. It's something we're interested in, but this early on in the project, I don't think it makes sense for us to commit to something like that and even put it in people's heads that it's something we're working on today, because it's not.
Oh man, imagine though if you guys were like if Solana was run on PengyOS, bro. That would be sick.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, with a couple grants or something, and Tolly waves his magic wand our way, like it wouldn't take much. It wouldn't take much. But again, we want to be realistic with expectations for what we're working on and what's actually in the pipeline right now. So like I said, we're not opposed to that, but I'm not going to tell you that it's coming in a year, because that's something in with our current capabilities we wouldn't be able to deliver on.
No, I totally get it. Makes sense. Yeah, man, it's exciting. I'm excited to see. One thing about the way you're doing the growth, the way you're doing the community, instead of just paying people to talk about it, this is a much more organic way of doing it, going out and socials and just building, one by one, getting somebody else involved.